The wealthy heiress slowly undressed in front of the house servant, completely unaware that her younger sister was secretly watching. She couldn't understand how her usually reserved sister could act so wild and uninhibited. Curious, the younger girl hid in the shadows, watching as her sister climbed out of the pool without a care in the world. Her elegant figure was fully exposed to the servant's eyes. Jealousy flared up in the little sister's heart because she had been crushing on that servant, Jack, for a long time. In a childish attempt to test his feelings, she even jumped into the lake herself, thinking the moment he pulled her from the water meant love. But at only 13, she had no idea how naive she looked, and Jack had already grown uncomfortable with her behavior.
You could have killed us both! Is that your idea of a joke?
I want to thank you for saving my life. I will be eternally grateful to you.
Now, seeing the way Jack looked at her sister, Emma's fantasy shattered. She was convinced Jack had bad intentions, but what she didn't know was that Jack and her sister Annie had already developed feelings for each other. Because of their status difference, they never dared to confess their love. To close that gap, Jack made the bold decision to study abroad, hoping to change his fate. Facing 4 years apart, Annie was clearly heartbroken, but Jack completely misread her feelings.
I said I'd pay your father back.
It's not what I meant at all.
When Annie stormed off in anger, Jack rushed after her, desperate to make things right. In the heat of their argument, they accidentally knocked over a vase. The shards fell into the pool. Annie, still furious, stripped off her outer layer and dove in to retrieve the broken pieces. When she came out of the water, her wet clothes clung to her body, revealing every curve. Jack turned away, blushing. It wasn't that he didn't have feelings. He was just a poor man who didn't dare dream of loving someone so far above his station. After Annie left, ripples spread across the water, as if his frustration still lingered there. Trying to calm his thoughts, Jack returned to his room and began writing an apology letter. But as he wrote, his emotions took over, and passion spilled out onto the page. He chuckled at his own honesty, set that letter aside, and started fresh with a more appropriate note. Later, walking along the garden path, he ran into Emma, who looked sulky and moody. Jack waved her over, and she ran up to him, smiling like a love-struck deer. He handed her the letter, asking her to pass it along to Annie. But as she walked away, he suddenly realized he gave her the wrong letter, the passionate one. Panicked, he yelled for her to stop, but it was too late. Driven by jealousy and curiosity, Emma opened the envelope. The raw, intimate words froze her in place. Shaken, she gave the letter to her sister, thinking it would expose Jack's true character. What she didn't expect was that those very words would only make Annie's feelings burn even stronger. When the lovers met again, one look was all it took that the passion between them was undeniable. They rushed into the study, finally letting out all the emotions they had kept bottled up for so long. But just as things heated up, Emma walked in, caught red-handed. The two scrambled to compose themselves and awkwardly went their separate ways.